Hello everyone, we are Robin and Graham.
We know there are tons of options out there of backpacks to choose for your trip. In this video, we break down 2 of our favorites. Hope you enjoy! Okay, so to get started today, we are going to compare 2 of our favorite backpacks that we have. First, we're going to be comparing the Allpa 42 from Cotopaxi and the Osprey Fairview 40.
Now, keep in mind the Fairview 40 is pretty much exactly the same as what's called the Farpoint 40 from Osprey.
Which is the bag that I use.
We just didn't want to bring both bags in here, so we're just going to refer to the Fairview 40, but know that everything also applies to the Farpoint 40. So before we actually compare the features of these 2 bags, we thought we would just take a moment and compare the 2 different brands. Most of you may recognize this brand. They have been in the backpack industry for quite a long time and made quite a name for themselves. They do a really good job at creating different backpacks geared for different adventures. So their Fairview Farpoint is part of their travel series, so they have their travel specialized features on these bags. Now, I had mentioned briefly before that it does come in what they call a men's and a women's fit. So they do a really awesome job at recognizing that body types are not always the same. Their men's fit comes with broader shoulders, a longer torso, and the shoulder straps come straight down before cutting off to the armpits. The women's fit is narrower in the shoulders, wider in the hips, generally a smaller torso, and their shoulder straps cut away a little bit more for a more comfortable fit on your chest.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about the Cotopaxi brand. Cotopaxi is still a relatively new company, and they have made really big strides because of how environmentally friendly they are. They do a great job to reuse a lot of materials. Robin's a little bit more knowledgeable about that, so she's going to fill you in on that part.
So in a couple of their clothing lines, but also this backpack series, the Allpa 42, it comes in what is known as their Del Dia series. Now, their Del Dia series is really cool because every single one that you get is unique, and that's because they use the extra fabric from their lines that have specific color patterns and put them on the bag. So no one else is going to have a backpack with exactly the same colors. So that's just a really cool initiative that I really appreciate from this company. Moving on to the external features of our bag. So this is a 40-liter bag, which is a carry-on size. Now on the front of the bag, we have compression straps. So that's going to be really good to get that weight nice and close to you. Underneath of that, we have a big stowaway pocket, so you can throw extra shoes in there or something that's dirty that you want to keep it out and away from the main compartment. We have a couple holding spots here for quick and easy grab. We also do have a couple spots on the backpack where you can attach a carabiner if you wanted to load some stuff on the outside. Moving on to the back of the bag, all of the straps actually tuck away under this flap, so you can just roll it up and tuck this in the bottom there, and then you have it in your backpack mode. So to set it up, you want to first buckle in the top loading straps and just untuck everything, and you are ready to go. So what's really cool about this bag is it's going to have a really good fit to your back, which is going to make it really nice and easy to carry the weight because it's going to hold it right nice and close to you. So this torso length is adjustable, so depending on if you have a shorter torso or a longer torso, you can make those small adjustments. You also have the Osprey Airscape backing system. So this is a foam back with some ridges for a little bit of airflow and ventilation, which is really nice if you take this to a hot destination or maybe you're walking around in it for a long time, as well as nice padded hip belts and shoulder straps here. Now you also have a sternum strap to go across your chest, and this one, almost all of the sternum straps from Osprey will have a little whistle too, so you have that. Oh, and something I missed is that the main compartment The zipper heads on it you can actually lock. There's 2 little holes in here that you can thread a cable lock through. That's probably the easiest, but you can put a regular lock through there as well, just to keep your stuff nice and secure when you are away on your trip.
Okay, so now we are going to explore what the outside of the Cotopaxi bag has. So to start, one thing that's really nice about the Cotopaxi bag is that it's got an awesome little shoulder strap. So if you do have your straps tucked away, you can just use this to carry. Best part is that this is also removable, so if you don't want a big strap dangling beside you, you can just take it right off. Next, they do have a water bottle holder on the side, which is very handy, obviously, if you want to stick your water bottle in there. Similar to the Osprey bag, they've got the carabiner hooks. There's a few more options on this one than what I can see on the Osprey bag. Not to say that it doesn't have great options, but there are some more clear ones on here. You can see them in the corners. Another great feature is that it's got handles on the top, the bottom, and on the side, so no matter which way you want to carry it, you have that choice. Now on the Osprey bag, Robin mentioned that you can actually lock the zippers together. The Cotopaxi bag doesn't have that feature, but what they do have is a different safety system for your bag. They actually have this little tiny loop, and your zipper just goes right through it, and it makes it harder to unzip your bag. Next, we'll move on to the back of the bag. Just like Robin's, it's got the classic backpack look. The hip belt isn't quite as extensive as the Osprey bag, but still there to help you out. It's got an excellent foam back. Again, not quite as extensive as the Osprey bag with the AirScape technology that it has, but it does have a very nice structured foam back to it as well. The Cotopaxi bag also has a sternum strap. Robin didn't mention it, but you can move this one up and down as well as the one that is on the Osprey bag. The nice part about this bag is that just like the Osprey one, it's got a very easy storage system for the hip and shoulder straps. All you have to do is unbuckle the shoulder strap, just like that. And there's a nice easy slit right at the top of the bag that you just slide your straps into. And then it also has the same option for the hip belt as well. So you just very easily just slide it in there.
Moving on to the interior of the bag, you have what I like to call an easy grab pocket. So this is just at the top of the bag. It's something that I wouldn't put really any valuables in, but something like lip chap, headphones, stuff like that, where you might be reaching in and out and grab it every so often, and you don't have to go into the main compartment and dig it out. Along the side here, we have the laptop sleeve. Now this one also has those lockable zippers to keep that valuable stored away. Now, the nice thing about this, it does have a foam back, so you're not going to feel it, or you shouldn't feel it right against your back if you put your laptop in there. So it gives a nice little cushion. Also good in case you are like us and you just drop your bag on the floor when you get to your accommodation. Gives a little bit of cushioning there as well. Now the Osprey bag just has one main compartment. It is a suitcase style opening, so it does open up really nicely like that. So really good for taking it on a trip because you can see absolutely everything that you put in there. Now on the interior, there is 2 more compression straps. So once you pack up your stuff, you have another way to tighten it and keep that load really close to your back. Now, if you're unfamiliar with it, you don't want to pack your heaviest things on the outside, because then if you're wearing your backpack, you're going to feel like you're trying to tip over. So what these compression straps are really good for is keeping your load nice and close to you so that you can transfer that weight to your hips. Because generally, our legs are stronger than our shoulders. So that is the goal of the Osprey bag here. We also do have one kind of mesh zippered pocket here on the flap for you to store whatever you want in it. But other than that, it's just this one main compartment. So what I like to do, I personally like to use packing cubes. I know that's like 50-50 with travelers out there. Some people love it, some people hate it. If I have a backpack style like this where there's no other organization, I do personally like to use packing cubes just to keep my stuff a little bit more nice and organized so I don't have to dig through and take everything out to look for one specific item.
Okay, now that Robin has finished going through the interior of the Osprey bag, we're going to check out the interior of the Cotopaxi bag. First, similar to the Osprey bag, we do have a laptop sleeve along the side here. It's got one sleeve for your laptop, but it also has a bit of a easy grab compartment there as well. The only thing that's a little bit different is that the Osprey bag has a little bit more structure to it, where this is a little bit more flimsy. So you might feel things a little bit more in the Cotopaxi bag, but it does have that thick layer of foam, so it's still going to be quite comfortable for you. Okay, so the Cotopaxi bag has one main compartment and then one easy grab zip as well. This easy grab's a little bit bigger than what you see on the Osprey bag, and it does have a mesh compartment with a zipper, so again, you can put lip chap, headphones, coins, anything that isn't overly valuable but you'll need quite often.
Now I will say something, this pocket on the Cotopaxi bag does share space with the compartment that's directly on the other side of it. So the more that you fill up this pocket, the less you can fill it up on the other side there. So just keep that in mind of what you want to place where.
Okay, moving on to the biggest compartment in the bag.
This is probably my favorite part of this Cotopaxi bag.
It opens clamshell style. And on the inside you have the one main compartment and two smaller ones. And in the smaller one, a nice little feature is that it comes with a nice Cotopaxi rain cover for you. So
the Osprey one does not come with a rain cover. You have to buy that additionally. So that is a really nice perk that the Cotopaxi one gives you one when you buy the bag.
And one of the main differences that we see other than the mesh zip inside is the compression straps. So the Cotopaxi bag does not have any compression straps on the inside, whereas the Osprey bag has two just on the main compartment.
But this organization in this bag is just
fantastic.
like a dream. You can, especially when you are on a trip and this is the bag that you're living out of, it's so nice to have separate compartments for things. At least we find that. I know some people don't care if it's the big one opening, but I personally love the interior of the Allpa 42 bag.
No packing cubes necessary here. So I think that does it for the interior and the exterior of these bags.
Really quick before we conclude this video, we kind of wanted to give our overall thoughts of the bag. First and foremost, you cannot go wrong if you go with either of these bags. Both of them are great options. Really, we've just listed the features so that you can make a decision yourself of what features you like the most. Both are going to do the job just fine. If I did have to make a comparison between the bags and I was going on a trip where I was carrying my stuff for long periods of time, then I would almost always reach for the Fairview Farpoint series, and that's mainly from the backing system that they've put on this bag. They've really put a lot of qualities that you see on their hiking backpack into the backing system here. So that airscape foam to promote ventilation, and the nice customized fit that you can get by selecting, first of all, the men's or women's fit to get that nice torso length, and even making smaller minute adjustments will help transfer that weight to your hips. If you get a bag that doesn't fit you very well, sometimes it can feel a little bit clunky, feel a little bit that it's pulling you back. So I would say the exterior of the Fairview Farpoint series really, in my mind, is that's where it shines.
It definitely shines there. Now, although I think Osprey has Cotopaxi beat on the exterior of the bag, I am personally a huge fan of the interior design of the Cotopaxi bag, just with the separate compartments. I think it's just got a little bit more. If I could add one thing, I would add compression straps, but that's being quite picky at this point. So.
I would say that the Cotopaxi bag is very livable. Sometimes when we're on our trips, I get a little annoyed with all of the packing cubes that I have and just having to dig through lots of stuff. I feel like I would personally really benefit from this interior system. Now, we have never traveled with this bag. This is new, which is why we wanted to make this video, but we do plan on taking this on our next trip. At least one of us will take it. So then we'll give you a true review afterwards.
So the last thing that we wanted to point out comes down to the look of the bags. I find that Osprey does a very nice job at being very clean, very sleek, all one color with some gray accents and such.
Tends to be a little bit on the darker side too for their colors.
Yep. And then Cotopaxi, very much the other end of the scale. It's got nice bright colors kind of all over the bag, as you can see with all the shoulder straps are crazy colors, which makes it a little bit more fun. I don't know, it's really up to your own personal opinion. I would personally say that don't pick the bag that just looks nice.
Try it out, make sure it fits.
Yes, make sure it's functionally the right bag for what you need it for, that it fits your back, that it's comfortable to wear, and then pick your color from there.
And honestly, I should say this too, I'm a huge fan of blue and I chose this bag, so I chose one that was, in my mind, a little bit more on the neutral side, just because that's what I like. So there's even crazier colors out there.
So that pretty much wraps up our comparison between the Cotopaxi Allpa 42 and the Osprey Fairview Farpoint 40 series. We hope this has helped you make a decision to find the bag that's correct for you. Now it's time to go pack your bags and head out on your next adventure.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!
We've got the Cotopaxi.
Are you actually going for real?
No, but this is pretty good, eh?
My hips are seizing up. They hurt so bad. In the Osprey?
Yeah, and the Osprey.
No, in the Osprey Fairview.
Falpa 40. So all you have to do is just unbuckle the button. Why do I call it a button?
Can you keep it buckled in?
Oh, I gotta sit up for a second. My hips are absolutely seized. I have to stand up.
Ow! I think
Get up.
my knees are broken.
Get up.